Hello everyone, welcome to Mastermind. Today let's just learn some more schemes of Government of Karnataka in this part of the series. So let us get started now. The first scheme is Kushi Aarjani KSJ KAPY. So this was asked in one of the recent examinations. What is the expansion of KAPY? Kushi Aarjani KSJ. So this particular scheme was initiated in the year or started in the year 2011-2012 financial year, and it is a scheme of Karnataka Forest Department. Very, very important. And it is very easy as well. Aranya means forest in Kannada. Aranya means forest. Therefore, it has to be from Karnataka Forest Department only. So, what is the objective? The objective of the scheme is to promote cooperation among farmers and the public to increase forest and tree cover. To promote cooperation among farmers and the public to increase the forest and tree cover. So what are the major features of this particular scheme? So it provides subsidized seedlings to farmers from forest department nurseries. So the forest department nurseries provide subsidized seedlings. Subsidized means the seedlings are at lesser rate. So the seedlings are not costly. They will be subsidized by the state government of Karnataka, and such seedlings will be provided to farmers. The farmers will have to plant these seedlings and they have to nurture the seedlings for 3 years. Very, very important. Please remember, this could be asked. I'll write it here, 3 years. So they have to look after the seedlings for 3 years. And if the seedling survives for the first year, then at the end of the first year, they will get rupees 35 per surviving seedling. So for every surviving seedling at the end of the first year, they will get 35 rupees. At the end of the second year, for this surviving seedling, they will get rupees 40. So 40 rupees they'll get at the end of the second year. At the end of the third year, they'll get 50 rupees. So 50 rupees. So they have to look after the seedlings for 3 years. At the end of the 3 years, they'll get 35 plus 40 plus 50 is 125 rupees. Rupees 125 for each surviving seedling. So you might feel that it is only 125 rupees for one seedling. But what if a farmer plants 1,000 seedlings? If they plant and if they take care of 1,000 seedlings, and at the end of the third year, if the 1,000 seedlings are surviving, then the farmer will get 1,25,000, which is very huge for farmers. So this is a very, very important scheme. So what are the benefits of this scheme for the farmers or for the general public? First of all, it encourages afforestation efforts, definitely. So it is providing incentive, financial incentive to plant seedlings. Therefore, it has to encourage afforestation. And second is, it provides financial incentives to farmers. So 125 rupees for each surviving seedling at the end of the third year. Remember, 35 rupees at the end of the first year, 40 at the end of the second year, 50 at the end of the third year. And as a result of this scheme, so the forest and tree cover will see an enhancement or increase. So the main objective is to make the forest and tree cover increment. So this is all about the Kushi Aarjani KSJ, very, very important scheme you will have to remember. So next very important scheme is Chinnara Vanadarshana. Chinnara means Makkala or children. Chinnara means children. Vanadarshana means it is viewing the forest. Vanadarshana. So Chinnara Vanadarshana, this is a very important scheme and it was initiated in the year 2014-15, and even this is implemented by Karnataka Forest Department. As the name says, it involves children. The objective of the scheme is to create awareness among high school students about forest and wildlife conservation. So the students will be taken to some of the reserve forests, community forests or other forests to create awareness among them about forest and wildlife conservation. So initially this particular scheme was only for 9th standard students. Only 9th standard students were involved in this particular scheme, but it was expanded to include students of 6th standard, 7th standard and 8th standard in the year 2017. So why is this scheme important? The scheme is based on the observation that children in their formative years, that is in their early years, if they are sensitized about the role and importance of forest, they will be partners in future conservation efforts. So they will become the engines of conservation in future. That is why this particular scheme is very, very important. Please note down Chinnara Vanadarshana. It was initiated in the year 2014-15. Next very important scheme is Maguvigondu Mara Shalegondu Vana. So this is nothing but a sapling. Please note down a sapling for each child. A sapling for each child and a forest for each school. Forest for each school. So this is the literal meaning of this particular scheme. Maguvigondu Mara Shalegondu Vana. A sapling for each child and forest for each school. So the aim is to create awareness about ecology and environment among the school children and also to encourage them to plant trees voluntarily. Plant trees voluntarily. So seedlings are supplied free of cost. So they are provided free to the school children for planting in school compounds. Please note down school compounds as well as their residential premises as well as school compounds. With the coordination of this education department, students from level of primary, we have to note it down, very, very important. So this scheme involves students from primary level till colleges. So coordinated effort with education department to involve students from primary schools to colleges across Karnataka. In order to give more focus to the concept of tree planting in schools, in order to provide more impetus to the planting of seedlings, a new program called as Talukigondu Hasiru Shalavana. Talukigondu Hasiru Shalavana has been launched with the objective of having at least one school forest in each taluk. So this has also been launched under Maguvigondu Mara Shalegondu Vana. Talukigondu Hasiru Shalavana program has been launched so that every taluk in Karnataka will have at least one school forest. Very, very important scheme. Note down. Next major scheme of Forest Department of Karnataka is Daivivana or Devara Kadu. What is the meaning of Daivivana or Devara Kadu? It means sacred forest. Sacred forest. Usually these forests are dedicated to a particular deity. So these forests have religious significance. So the scheme called Daivivana or Devara Kadu was launched by Karnataka Forest Department during 2011-2012. And then the state sector scheme. This is a state scheme and it envisages development of a forest nearer to a temple to conserve local biodiversity. As I've already told you that these forests are dedicated to a particular deity, and since it has a deity, it should necessarily have a temple. Therefore, this scheme envisages development of a forest nearer to a temple to conserve local biodiversity. So it also involves creation of Rashivana, Rashivana, and then Nakshatravana, Rashivana, Nakshatravana, Navagrahavana. Please note down Navagrahavana, Panchayatavana, Ashtadikpalakavana, etc. with planting of a number of species having religious significance. Religious significance means it could be Tulsi or banyan tree like Ashwathamara, etc. So this particular scheme, it involves planting of a number of species having religious significance along with other local flowering and fruit yielding trees. Visitors coming to the temple are motivated to learn conservation of forest and wildlife. Under this scheme, under the Devarakadu or Daivivana scheme, an extent of about 100 hectares is planted and developed over a period of 3 years. Very, very important. Please note down. So it is developed over a period of 3 years and thereafter further maintained for 2 years. After that, it will be maintained further for 2 years. So protection is given by chain link mesh fence to the forest that is developed. Now it has been proposed to develop Daivivana covering about 300 hectare in every district. This is the proposed expansion as of now. And civic amenities such as walking paths, eco trails, taxonomic labeling for visitor engagement will be provided within the Daivivanas to create awareness and interest, especially among children regarding conservation of forest and wildlife. So very, very important, Daivivana or Devarakadu. So the last scheme for the day is raising of seedlings for public distribution. So under this program called raising of seedlings for public distribution, seedlings are raised for public distribution, very, very important. Raising seedlings for public distribution at subsidized rates, at lesser rates to encourage tree planting in non-agricultural lands. Keyword here is non-agricultural lands, not on agricultural lands, but non-agricultural lands. For this purpose, seedlings of suitable species are raised and kept in forest department nurseries. So if you want to plant a seedling, then you can go to the Karnataka Forest Department nursery and get a seedling at subsidized rate under this particular scheme to plant those seedlings in the non-agricultural lands. And what are the sizes of the polybag? The seedlings are made available in polybags of size 6x9 and 8x12. Very, very important. Again, note down because KPSC can ask such factual details in the multiple choice questions. 6x9 and 8x12. And as I've already told you, it is implemented by the Karnataka Forest Department. Very, very important scheme. Please note down that this particular scheme is for planting the seedlings in non-agricultural lands. So we have covered major schemes of Karnataka Forest Department in this video. So we'll have some more schemes in future videos. So please note down all these points, and these are very, very confusing, I know, but please revise it regularly so that you don't forget any of the key details in the examination. Also try to solve the multiple choice questions given on the same topic on the e-paper. Thank you.